So this training will go over prompting because that is what the tool does. It lets you build up really powerful prompts so you can get the data out of the systems you're trying to get it out of. So in this case, we're going to scrape a website. This one has a bunch of events we want. So if we go to that site, we can see it has some events. And what we're going to tell the system is to, as a role, and they're here so you can always grab them from here if you want, but you can alter it as well. So, and let me just paste this one in. I'm just going to click this so I have the latest version. And we're going to say, as an AI assistant tasked with extracting event data from a website, analyze the provided HTML, look at the information about sporting events with the content. If no data is found, summarize what is on the page, just so we can see when it fails and why, which with web scraping can be difficult because some of them block scrapers. In some cases, we'll be pointing this at email boxes and whatnot, so it gets a lot easier. But our prompt now says, okay, if event data is found, pull out the information like this and format it as Markdown, just so we have a nice formatting. And then we have an example of the output for it, and we continue to remind it that if you don't find any event stuff, let us know. Now, the other really powerful one that pays off with, especially with email extraction, is you could just return the word false, and the system will ignore that email. So that's a little trick and something we'll surface in the notes, in the docs, in the online help, on-screen help. So yeah, it's once you have this set up, you can now easily run any source, in this case a web scrape, against some data and pull out the data you want the way you want it. So in this case, we hit a web page and it grabbed this data. Now, this is just a summary review, and this summary could say no content found, and it could tell you why. But then you could click the original data to many times see your scraper has been blocked, and that happens with Reddit, for example. In this case, it worked fine, but there are some of these event pages that just don't work that well. But here we see the original data. That's a lot of data. And then we see that we were able to pull the data out the way we want it and then can chat with it. So we could then start asking questions about the particular data, and it would deliver results for us. Again, all of this is because we got the data into the system using sources, in this case, and we were able to write a prompt that will be run against the data coming in. So whether it's email or web scraping or whatever, before we save the data to the system, we run your prompt against it so it's the right data the way you want it in the system. And that is a big deal. The ability to prompt and the ability to do this is one of the biggest features here that will take a while to learn, but we'll keep surfacing inline documentation to help with the process.